It's 4:15 in the morning, yeah, and all them clouds look awfully mean. I hear the sound of the raindrops pounding on the ground in the Seattle scene. Here, let me take you off the beaten path. I can promise it's the best way to go. First I must warn you, it's a one-way track, no turning back from this rabbit hole. It's 22 in the afternoon, and there's some time to kill before the show. The lights I'm on gonna wear out soon. No, Johnny, please load another boy. Yeah. Hit that and listen while the story unfolds about where I've gone, what I've seen. See, my story changes every time it's told. It'll get you higher than you've ever been. Well, I told my friends and we tried to talk about it. Wrote this song, now I'm trying to sing about it. The words, they always fly away. But then a wise man told me that we had already found it. Only trick was to quit trying to figure out it. Just kick it on back and let the music play inside of your ear. Yeah, oh, 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 oh. It's 8 o'clock in the evening now. The sun sets with a half-hearted sigh. I close my eyes and I dream out loud about where I go when I learn to fly. I don't give a damn about the details, don't care about the who and how or why. All that I know is I wanna be up there, free to fly in the Seattle sky.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Connor Walsh, and this is Walsh Wednesday, and another wonderful episode of the Walsh Wednesday concert series. With me today, I have been invited into the lovely home of friend and singer-songwriter, MISTAjOSH. Mr. Josh, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I feel pretty good, actually.
Beautiful. Thank you for having me over at your place. This is wonderful.
Thank you so much for coming, man.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. So, first things first, I want to talk about is the two songs that you're doing for us today. I believe one of them is an original and another one is a collaboration with a friend of yours. Could you tell us a little bit about those songs?
So first of all, Big Black Stone is written by a friend of mine named Johnny Bunch. He's back from my hometown in Bremerton, Washington. I'm actually native to New York, but I grew up there since I was around 2. He's native to that area, and it's a song kind of about self-reliance. It's about understanding that you have what you need to go forward. And it's got this really good anthem feel that I like. That kind of feel that just about anybody can sing it, anybody can hear it. I think just about anybody can relate to it. And I love collaborating with Johnny because he has this ability to use words to mean things other than what they would normally mean by themselves. Mm-hmm. And I find like his analogies are effective in getting a point across. You know, that upcoming, I've got more projects. 4 a.m. Rust On are more songs written at least lyric wise by him. Sometimes he'll send me lyrics that I'll set music to. I'm pretty sure Big Black Stone, he wrote the whole thing though. And then the other song I've got for you today is I think really the first song I've ever written. It's
really?
It's called Spliffless in Seattle. It's based off of a joke of kind of about two solid years or so where I just kept telling my friends, like, man, I would really like to try a spliff. And it was a running joke with us for a long time that, like, yeah, Josh really wants to try a spliff. And I'm pretty sure the first time I got to try one was in Seattle because, yeah.
And I like the play on words too, because like Sleepless in Seattle, the classic movie and all that.
I'm ashamed. I've actually never seen the movie.
What?
I know. I'll make a point to watch it.
Oh, it's a wonderful movie.
Yeah.
Oh, rom-com, but wonderful movie.
Of course. No, and then that song, I feel like I just wanted to capture the idea of just hanging out with my friends in the city and just relaxing, being out. You know, Seattle is a very fun place to be. The people there are very progressive. Uh, it's not fun if you don't have any money. There's just that.
I think
but
that's most places.
you either need to bring some money, or you need to bring a lot of friends that you can walk around with and hang out with and just spend the day. And I think that kind of simple idea was really all I was trying to get through with the song. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. No, two great tunes. Absolutely wonderful, the stuff that came together. So you have an incredible voice, and love that you've sharing it with us and with other people. But could you tell us about how you discovered that voice, how that you came about coming into music?
So it kind of started in church. I went to a Lutheran elementary school, and I started singing there. I came this close to getting a blue ribbon at a sort of competition that we had. I was more or less a boy soprano, and I was kind of made fun of it, so I didn't really like it that much.
Soprano,
Yeah, I had a
interesting.
really high, squeaky, high-pitched voice as a kid, and then I turned 12 and 13, and suddenly it was like this. And yeah, just out of nowhere. And then ninth grade comes along, and I just was like, I don't want to take a class where I'm going to have to write things. I'll take choir. And then I go into choir, and a couple tryouts for some solos come up, and I just decided to try it. And when I turn around, everybody's giving me this look like, wow. And I'm like, what? And, so I just sort of kept doing it in high school just because it was something that I happened to kind of be good at. And then my high school had a great choir program.
Okay.
The director's name was Cassie Gillis, and she would take us on trips. We would go to, we did a Disneyland trip, we did a London trip, and then we would compete at solo ensemble and state. And so to go compete for that, my parents got me some voice lessons with a very good teacher. Even then, though, I was kind of just doing it more or less because it was just something I was good at. And then when I went into college for the first time, I tried taking music theory, and I tried taking a vocal jazz course. And that, I fell right on my face. I was not good at it. I didn't think I was good at jazz. I couldn't scat. I did not know how to read music, and yet I was taking theory, and yet I loved it. I really liked the style of music. I got extra obsessed with it. I really liked theory. I liked writing music just more than anything, even though I wasn't too good at it. And I ended up going to Central Washington University. I tried to major as voice, and then I tried to add a composition major to that. Don't do that. That was a mistake. But I gained a lot more classical chops there. I think that's really where I gained a lot of jazz chops, just because I was listening to so much. And I actually got to host a radio show on campus there.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, on Sundays they had this sort of jazz radio, and I found out that it was just an automation playing from the last host who had it, and I was like, no, man. And so I went in there. They had this giant drawer full of jazz CDs. They had the whole Ken Burns collection. They had John Scofield Band, the Bad Plus. That's how I found out about Brad Mehldau. And I just couldn't listen to it enough. And that, if you ever want to get good at scatting or something like that, that's the only way. You can practice, you can do the scales and everything, but if you're not listening to it, you just won't get it. And then after that, school kind of didn't work out that time. Then I went back home. I was kind of not doing too much for a while until I met this friend, Anthony. He and I formed this rap and electronic duo called Whack Reality. We did that for a while, and I think that was about 4 years. And my style of kind of arranging, the way I think about what type of music I like to sing, what type of lyrics I like to write, all of that was really kind of came from that period. And so it's really hard to I don't think I could ever talk about the way that I sing or write music without bringing that up at this point. And so I've been lucky enough to be able to do all of these different styles, and each time it's terrifying. When I was a teenager and I was just singing the opera stuff, I was super comfortable with that. Then I go into jazz, and I was super arrogant. I thought well, this will be easy because it's so much easier and then I go in there and it was just sweat, terrible, these big bomb shows, but I needed to go through that. I needed that humbling experience. And then it was the same thing with trying to rap or sing over electronic music, and just like rapping especially. Like I thought there was nothing that would make me feel like intimidated on stage anymore, because I'd done these musicals, I'd done all this stuff, and then like trying to like rap and have other humans hear it and take it like seriously or enjoy it was a terrifying thought. And then just kept doing that, and eventually you start to get more comfortable with that. And just so you know, I'm shaking no matter how comfortable or confident I look on stage. Like but you know. And so now I decided to come out to school here, just because the program was really interesting. This idea of this student-run label, the final project is to make and finish an album. I wanted to fill in all the blanks, you know. From start to finish, you got your empty piece of paper, your empty GarageBand or Logic project, and I just wanted to get as acquainted with that entire process from zero to complete song that's out on the radio or Spotify or Apple Music or something like that. I wanted to see the whole span of that, and I feel like I'm getting that here, and it's really unique to find that in a school. I should definitely mention, you know, the voice teachers I've had over the years. Obviously, Cassie Gillis in high school was the first teacher I had. My first private tutor was Dr. Robert Trainer back in Bremerton. But what he gave me this recitative from L'Orfeo, from Monteverdi's L'Orfeo. And
so that's how you found that.
Yeah, and so it was like, and so that's why I did that with the harpsichord at school. Because it was something where he was like, the judges will know this, they'll know about this, but they definitely won't hear it at this competition from anyone else. We actually had to buy the entire score multiple times because it's not in any song collections, because each of the judges need a score. Yeah, and then my voice teachers at Central, I started out with VJ Singh, then Dr. Sid and Nessel Road, and then when I moved back to Bremerton, Dr. Trainer's wife, Susan Trainer, who's a faculty at Olympic College there, she did some more really good work. That's where I first started learning the Mozart that I won the concerto competition with.
Congratulations again on that.
Yes, I should probably mention that. I will be singing with the school's symphony. Mozart's it's Osman's aria from Die Einführung. Is that how you say it?
I believe so.
I bet I said it wrong, and I bet Kat's gonna be mad because she knows that IPA. No.
It's all good.
And then, you know, I was singing with Susan for a little bit, and then I switched voice teachers to another adjunct there named Andrew Etherington. But he just had like this power and this ability to perform on stage, and I wanted to emulate it, so I started taking voice lessons with him. But yeah, I've got quite a lot going on here at this school. I've got Warning Signs as a demo I just uploaded, written by Juliana Sweeney.
Oh, very nice.
One of the songwriters at the label.
Where can we find it?
Where can you find it? You should be able to find it on my Facebook page, on MISTAjOSH. I've got my page up. I've also got that linked up to a SoundCloud. I'm trying to get my Instagram started, so I've got and a Twitter, and I'm trying to get all of that, you know, that full circle kind of put together. It's it's a lot to do on your own. So
yeah,
you know, my main goal right now is to get enough of these demos finished and to put a proposal together and hopefully get signed to either a local label or the label at the school or something, so that I can get, you know, PR people and stuff like that working on that sort of thing.
It's getting out there, so ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for it. MISTAjOSH is hitting up all the main social media platforms coming soon.
Yes. What else do I have going on? Other than that, it's just the stuff in school is feeding into the stuff I'm going to upload. So I'm in Dr. Pinkerton's songwriting class, for example. So I took the songwriting class and trying to take the things that I do in that class and apply them to the class that I do in artist development, which is where you're basically training to be an artist on a label.
So do you have any last words for the viewing audience? Any shout outs you want to make possibly?
Definitely just a shout out to all my family members who've, you know, kind of backed me up for all the years. Nobody ever got in my way or said, no, you can't do music or something like that. My sisters have always been really supportive of me doing this. My fiance Catherine, who moved out here with me and kind of had to like basically uproot her life because I was like, I really want to go to this school.
But it's cool that you're doing this together.
Yeah. And then a shout out to every teacher that I've had, especially every voice teacher that I've had, and even the non-music teachers that I've had who I've learned from. And then most of all, to all musicians and friends that I have back home. I know that I don't do the best job in the world of like keeping up with people or you know, writing to people and things like that. And I just want to know, like, there's no way I could be who I am without all of these people that I either played with or been friends with or had the privilege of even just knowing or getting to see them on stage back home. There is a hidden treasure trove of extremely talented and creative artists. But yeah, shout out to all of these artists who are working so hard to try and like support their passion and who I have learned from.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mr. Josh, again, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you. Big black stone, roll on home, you big black stone. Keep an eye on your rear view as you roll on. The Arizona has come and went, packed you with knowledge and your money spent. So why don't you free flow right out the window to where you belong? This wide world always keeps you guessing if you are who you say you are. So just remember that you're my favorite song on guitar. The big black stone, roll on home, you big black stone. Keep an eye on your rear view as you roll on. The whiskey went straight from my breath, screaming out, I do my best. Keep an eye on the road ahead, find where you belong. You are destined for your greatness. Now if you do what you meant to do, so take a listen to this suggestion, yeah, and let you be you. Later in life, lost in the valleys, follow your heart and soul's desire. Suggested wisdom for all your travels, just keep rolling on. The big black stone, the big black stone, roll on home, you big black stone. Keep an eye on your rear view as you roll on. If you're lost, don't be afraid. We all rest covered in clay. Test your limits on this maze. Find where you belong. Big black stone keeps rolling on. Big black stone keeps rolling on. A big black stone keeps rolling on. Big black stone keeps rolling on. Big black stone, roll on home, you big black stone. Keep your eye on your rear view as you roll on.
Everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. As always, I'm Connor Walsh.
I'm Mr. Josh.
And we're glad we got to
Spend some time.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.